What is up, cheeseheads? Welcome back to another episode of BAM GPG. So we have a huge one this week, Bryson, as the Packers hit the road to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh this weekend. I'm going to be your host, Ben, for this episode, and I'm joined by my co-host, Bryson here.
What's up, everybody? It's game week. Packers versus Steelers. Two blue-collar teams, two historic franchises, in a game that could tell a lot about where the Packers stand heading into the second half of the season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This game's going to say a lot about where Green Bay is, right? As we tread along, get deeper and deeper into this year here. So the matchup, it really does have that old school feel to it. You have two very, very historic franchises. You got the Lambeau meets the Steel Curtain type of feel to this game. Now, the Packers, they're coming into this game trying to stack on some consistencies after a few really up and down weeks early in the season here, while Pittsburgh, they've been winning games this year. They've been winning ugly. It's kind of their MO, but they're finding ways to get it done there in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly. The Steelers are a team that just hangs around. Mike Tomlin always has them playing physical, tough football. Even when it's not pretty, they just don't quit. So the Packers are going to have to match that energy early.
They are, Bryson. Mike Tomlin, he's always got that team ready to play. It's always a gritty team to play. You never feel like Pittsburgh's truly out of a game when they're playing, and it's because Mike Tomlin is a fantastic head coach. There's a reason he's held that job for so long there in Pittsburgh. So, Bryson, let's start here for this game. Let's start in the trenches here, because this game very easily, it could come down to really who controls the line of scrimmage, right? The Steelers pass rush, we all know it's led by TJ Watt, and he's absolutely no joke at all at that defensive end position. And the Packers offensive tackles, they got to come ready to play, especially Zach Tom. They're going to have their hands full this weekend in Pittsburgh. Now, Jordan Love.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jordan Love is going to have to get the ball out quick. This might be one of those games where timing routes, quick outs, and screens like guys Matthew Golden or Xavier Williams could really help slow down the pass rush.
Yeah, they're going to have to get the ball out a lot quicker. You're not going to see a lot of deep dropbacks, ball padding out of Jordan Love this week. I think if our offense is going to find that rhythm, keep the ball moving, Jordan Love's going to have to be quick with his decision making and smart with his decision making, right? Defensively, Green Bay, they're going to have to keep Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable throughout the game, right? And that starts on that defensive front. The Steelers offense this year, really, it's been hit or miss. Aaron Rodgers, still a fantastic quarterback. And if the Packers, if they're able to bottle up those running backs there in Pittsburgh, Jaylen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell early, that could force Rodgers to have to kind of make plays downfield. And that's where guys, like we mentioned, Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons have to eat this game.
Yeah, I think this is also a big test for Matt LaFleur. Plays calling.
Yeah, it's been under question
calling.
a lot.
He needs to find ways to help Jordan Love build rhythm early. The Steelers crowd is loud. The pressure will be heavy. So simplify things early to get into a groove and don't abandon the run game.
That's key. What you said, Bryson. Green Bay's going to have to simplify this a little bit because it's all about timing this game. They have a great defensive front. You're going to have to be in rhythm, get the ball out quicker. And really, you're going to have to, you can't have, again, we preached on it yesterday. You can't have these pre-snap kind of mental errors that we've been seeing week after week with Green Bay. They got to play a clean game. Again, Pittsburgh, they're not a team you're going to run away from. They're going to be in it all the way, all four quarters. And Bryson, even if this run game isn't explosive, it really does set up a play action, which is where Love can really do the damage, right? We know Josh Jacobs, he's still kind of nursing that calf injury a little bit. So let's be real. The Packers, they're really at their best when they're balanced between that run and pass offense. Now, Bryson, X factors. Let's talk X factors here.
All right. So who's your X factor this week?
Yeah, my X factor for this week going into the game, it's going to be none other than Mr. Consistent Romeo Dobbs. He's got that reliable chemistry that we talk about with Jordan Love. Whenever they need a big play, it always seems to be Romeo Dobbs, who is the guy they're looking for, right? He's always the guy that comes down with the big catches when you need it. And in a game like this, physical, tight coverage, he really could be the difference maker on third downs and in the red zone this weekend.
Yeah, I like that. For me, I'm going with Quay Walker on defense. His sliding to sideline speed could be huge against Jalen Warren and those short dump offs that the Steelers love to run.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a little scare last weekend with Quay Walker off the field. And again, a noticeable difference when he was on the field versus when he wasn't on the field. I know he has some questionable plays at times. You kind of wonder where his head is sometimes, but Quay Walker, absolutely, he's the heartbeat of that linebacker core when they need him. And his speed really this year has really shown out. And predictions, Bryson, for this game, Packers or
Yeah.
Steelers. Do you have a prediction for this game?
Yeah, I'll say Packers 24, Steelers 19.
Yeah, that's close, and I completely agree. I think the Steelers going to be in it all the way to the end. I would never pick against my Packers here, even on the road. I'm right there with you. I got the Packers in this one. Steelers, it's a tough defense. The defense is going to be tough to put points up on, but I think Green Bay is going to be also tough to put points up on here. I got Green Bay. I'm going to go 28-17 this weekend in Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be a gritty game. Looks like the weather may be a little bit rainy this game from what I looked at the other day. That
Yes.
could absolutely change between now and then. But I think Jordan Love, he's going to make just enough plays late in this game to get it done for Green Bay. Either way,
Yeah.
Bryson.
It's going to be physical, emotional, and a perfect test of where this young Packers team is headed.
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself, Bryson. But we'll be back later this week, guys. We'll start to kind of break down some of these key matchups, get more in depth on that Steelers defensive line, what it's going to take from Green Bay's offensive line to really win that battle in the trenches there. And then, Green Bay, what do they do different on defense there? We know Nate Hobbs has been struggling at cornerback. The Steelers are going to try to get some of those mismatches. You're probably going to see them try to move Metcalf around a little bit to get those one-on-ones probably on Hobbs' side. I think, Valentine, while it's just a short test, he's a young cornerback. I think we need to start getting him out on the field some more. He looked good against Cincinnati and Jamar Chase there. So I think he's earned the reps. Again, he's young. He's a young cornerback. I liked him a lot heading into the season. I think he's got uber amount of talent. And you can't get any worse than what we've been seeing out of Nate Hobbs so far. So I think that'll be interesting to see. I think the Steelers are probably going to learn a lesson here from this Arizona game. I don't expect any more one-on-one matchups with Micah Parsons. I think they'll probably try to either double team him or at least get a tight end or a running back to chip him there throughout the game there. So what that means is Green Bay's going to have to win some of their other one-on-one battles. That means Rashawn Gary's got to come to play amongst others, right? I don't know. We'll get into the injury report here later. I haven't heard much on Lucas Van Ness yet, Devontae Wyatt. I think we probably are to the point now where Christian Watson does have to be activated for this game. Again, I don't expect to see him a whole lot. Very, very limited role.
Then he's going to be out for another 6 months.
Yeah, so I think Christian Watson, he'll be back. Don't get too excited. It's going to be in a limited role. I don't think they're going to completely take him off the leash yet. But we'll break all this down here later in the week, Bryson. It's an exciting week, right? We're playing Aaron Rodgers. Still love Aaron Rodgers. All the great years he gave Green Bay. How could you not? So super excited about it. Bryson and I will be at that game against the Steelers. Excited to see Rodgers again. And hopefully the Packers come out on the road with another victory, Bryson, to put us at 5-2 on the season. We'll see. Either way, Bryson, as always,
let's go, Pat, go.